we also see it like behind the natural near the 4th, in that spot right here. So like there's quite a few positions where you can proxy an Oracle, but you know, after winning a game like that from Lilbow and winning the other one, like momentum's definitely on his side right now. And from seeing a very lopsided series in which Happy was doing everything right, we're now seeing Lilbow kind of like wake up all of a sudden from whatever like coma he was in, and mistakes just aren't being made by him anymore, and he's executing his strategies perfectly. Like that game, I did feel that the Photon Overcharge against the Reaper was a big tell.
Yes.
But like again, as Happy, you could be like, oh well, you know, just didn't want me to kill probes. But
or maybe Happy's thinking like, oh, he's a bit nervous or something like that. So I can see where that comes into play on both sides. But now Happy's going to open up with that barracks once again. And it looks like probably, I guess like at this point I kind of expect him to take the gas. Like Happy's just been going Reaper. He's not being the greedy Happy that a lot of people know and love.
Like, yeah, the fact that he used to open up 12 racks and like just a kind of clean expand from there without a gas was weird from a player that does excel so much from micro. And like, if Happy sees something, like let's say he scouts something, which a Reaper can allow you, if he reacts appropriately, which he has enough practice to, the Reaper makes sense because it is a unit that's kind of like, okay, you scout, you prepare, and if you micro it well, you can get a few kills here and there. So it's a unit that just seems made for a player like Happy. Here, Lilbow going for a very regular opening too. So, you know, we're going to see two very normal builds clash once again. So I really like it when this happens, especially like they're both respecting each other a lot. We even saw Happy kind of scout around there for a proxy gateway with his SCV. So, you know, he's not taking anything lightly.
Yeah, I like the way you put that, like really showing a lot of respect. This has been a pretty nice series to watch so far. Like Happy really showing the dominance in the first 2 games, and then Lilbow just stepping it up and doing some pretty crazy stuff, to say the least, right? Like you can't say that he won the typical standard TVP late game where the Protoss gets the 6 storms in the Colossi are spread out and the Stalkers target fire down the Vikings. Like, no, man, he killed him with 100 Zealots off 15 gateways without upgrades, and then blinked him. But
he did just blink him. Yeah, and yeah, that blink build is so strong, especially when you're a guy that can micro as good as Lilbow, because we just saw like what he was capable of. He denied scouting, and then it wasn't as if anything went incredibly well for Lilbow. Like, there was no out of the ordinary situation. It was just like, bam, he just attacked and he made it work. So that's the kind of player that's scary, because say if Happy went into the game and he's like, oh yeah, I made this mistake, like, yeah, that's cool, like I won't do that again, and if you blink Stalker all into me, then whatever, I'll hold it off. But no, Happy didn't really make any huge, overwhelming mistake there. So going into the series, it's kind of weird. And oh, what is Happy doing here?
Stargate once again.
Dude, he doesn't have a command center on the way.
Yeah, Happy's just going straight up to factory. This is weird.
This has already turned into a very weird game. Like, initially it looked very normal from both of them, but Happy's kind of scouting around here for proxy.
It's like Happy's build isn't, like, it's not necessarily weird, but you normally get a command center with this after that Reaper.
Yeah, you do. And now we have a Mothership Core.
And this is tricky because you need 3 Marines to kill the Mothership Core. So with the Stalker here to help target fire down the Marines, like once the anti-air is gone, the Mothership Core is just going to kill everything that comes out of the barracks.
And I mean, like, Happy's dealing with this well. He's saved himself enough time to get that bunker up, which is now
bunker, yeah, that's the big key there. Keep in mind, he still has that Reaper in the main base, kind of dodging around, and he saw the Stargate, right?
Like,
right.
No, I don't think he has seen the Stargate.
This is really important. Okay, so he hasn't seen it. Wow.
So
like a Widow Mine is not bad, but if he leaves his base or puts the Widow Mine up front, I guess that can exacerbate things a little bit.
Like, where's he going to put this Widow Mine?
That's like very important.
It looks like he's waiting to get the medevac out to really utilize it. And Happy's build's so funny because he's not got a second CC. His opponent's now making his Nexus, so Happy's kind of like, man, what's going on here? But will he get to scout the Oracle? He will get to scout the Stargate with this move, so that's nice for Happy.
Now he knows. Well, oh boy.
And he's not leaving this at home.
The Oracle's going to fly right by this medevac.
Oh, and
he needs all those units at home.
Yeah, this is Lilbow going to be
like, oh, 3 Marines, thank you. I was hungry.
That was yeah, that was nice. Thanks, man. Like, runs into this mineral line. All he has to be careful of is that he doesn't see any little shadow. And
yeah. Well, we know that there's not a Widow Mine here. As a Protoss, you can be a little bit concerned, but yeah, there isn't anything here at all. He's just denying half. And I like that. His Oracle's probably in like hold position. He's like, I really don't want to fly into a Widow Mine.
No, and like that's safe play by Lilbow. He's going to pick off quite a few of these. And I mean,
Man.
Happy doesn't realize how kind of, and that was nice by Happy to kind of like pretend that he did. Like he didn't just run the SCVs away from the middle line, tried to stack them on that left side. So he was kind of trying to pretend that he had something. But now, like this drop, like he's lost a lot of workers here, and he's the one that doesn't. Oh, he actually did force a revelation out there
and you
straight
know,
away.
Phoenix are coming out now too, so he's basically going to say, hey, unload your Marines right under my Oracle while the Phoenix comes up here. And that's exactly what he does. So he'll kill everything in this drop pretty nicely. Even kills the Widow Mine.
Oh, ran out of energy though on that Oracle, so the Oracle does die.
We're out of fuel.
But I mean, now the threat of that Widow Mine is over.
The other Oracle is here too, so the Phoenix is going to come up and he's like, yep, you are going to die.
That's kind of cool.
You booked a one-way flight this time, buddy.
Boom.
Gee.
60 supply for Lilbow against 37 of Happy. He's the one with a natural too. Happy making tanks at this point in time.
You kind of, what?
Like, you know, Lilbow, he did something crazy. 5 gateways on the way.
Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness.
Lilbow's crazy. Lilbow's crazy.
This is, you know, like this here, like he had a really phenomenal start to this game. And right now, Lilbow's like, he was looking around. He's looking around his tool shed. He's like, okay, I found a nice hammer. And he's just raising it up now. He's getting ready to smack down. And with the Void Ray, like, and the Phoenix, killing that, like, tanks aren't going to do anything. You lift the Phoenix, you lift the tank up with the Phoenix. The Void Ray can kill it if it wants. And then everything else off 6 gate production is going to absolutely slaughter Happy.
I mean, what can Happy do at this point in time? Like,
I feel like not a lot.
Not a lot. Like, look at all these minerals available. Look at this bank for Lilbow. Like, he's got a lot of money to spend.
Yeah, these gates are going to finish. The pylon's finishing up, and he's moving more units out of his base to attack with.
I mean, it's all well and good having siege tanks at the top of a ramp, but when you're against Phoenix and Void Ray, and
yeah,
you're going to be outnumbered by like 2 to 1, 3 to 1 even.
Yeah, you just lift up the 2 tanks, and everything else just waltzes in. I don't even know if he needs to do that with the Zealots up front, but you know.
I mean, the Widow Mine's cool.
The Widow Mine's like the nicest part of this, because he can try to push that Oracle away. That might... No, is that really enough to deter him? I don't think so.
No, I think the fact that he sees this extra...
I mean, he could actually bait the shot with one of his Phoenix if he was feeling really daring.
He's trying to just pull that army out. He's trying to, like, threaten the fact
like,
that...
Come here. Come take your natural.
Get out of that base, man. And I mean...
Happy's getting a little bit more time than I thought he was going to. And there's actually a supply block. Lilbow starting up 2 pylons. Does not actually have anything at home to deal with this drop. And this has gotten awkward very quickly. All of these... he's losing...
Whoa.
Probes are just dying.
What?
Recall.
What? Thaddeus, where are the Phoenix actually?
I really thought Lilbow was about to win this game, but Happy just got the break of his life right there.
You know, when you talk about like MVPs, this is one of them.
Yeah, that drop was the real MVP.
It was the... Is this Oracle going to die too?
It's like he's locked on. Get out of there.
Such a weird series of events.
Yeah, this game is just foobar right now.
Like he's revealed that he went Void Ray as well. So now these tanks...
Now he has enough tanks to actually be useful against an unupgraded Protoss ground army too. I mean, he could try to hit from the other... Look at where this army's moving around. I feel like I'm like watching like a game of Snake, and they're all just chasing the medevac.
And you know, they've missed it.
Secret agent.
And like these Phoenix that keep popping out, like they seem to be on the other side of the map to where ever that medevac is.
He does need to shuffle these tanks over a little bit. Like the bunkers are nice, and oh man, like if Happy defend, like it's so tricky because I feel like Happy maybe could, but the production is just sick, and he's continuing to kill probes. Like you hurt that economy, and it really diminishes the number of weapons they have available, but he's just going to charge the ramp right now. SCV's being pulled, the Time Warp misses most of the Marines, so you can say, oh, I love this. A couple of Zealots from the other side are going to draw all the tank fire. Now the Void Rays are dying, and as soon as the Zealots are gone, like Stalkers, they suck versus tanks, man.
They do suck versus tanks. This fight's getting ridiculously close. We look at the supply. It's incredibly close between these two. And
the bunker falls. The Zealots are picking off more of these units. Okay, he's killed all the tanks and still has some Stalkers. These Vikings are kiting up the ramp.
He's focusing those rocks even. So, like, Lilbow quite nervous here by the looks of it. That's a huge misclick.
Yeah, killing those rocks not going to help him. And, oh, my goodness gracious. I think he's...
He's got base, though.
Yeah, he's still going hit. Oh, Marine. The kiss of death.
It was the kiss of death. But, I mean... Happy
I mean, he's got enough. He's got enough to move down this river, I feel like.
He certainly does, and now the
he's got stim too.
Like, oh, oh man, Lilbow, like These were some big mistakes by Lilbow.
Yeah, attacking those rocks. That's like that is actually a game costing mistake.
Game costing. I mean, those rocks have quite a lot of health too. It's like, what, 400 health and an armor? And the whole time that fight was going on, you had those zealots and those sentries kind of attacking it.
Basically like, I'm gonna kill a supply depot instead of your army. Except it didn't even supply block you.
It's like saying, I'm gonna kill an empty bunker instead of your army. Like, I mean, yeah, you're totally right. What a turn of events, because I mean, this game was in the bag for Lilbow, but
yeah, even though Lilbow's up on supply, man, never underestimate the power of stimmed bio. Like, the damage output on this army is insane. Picks off a few zealots, like, okay, I'm gonna run back. I'm better off defending here. There's no need for me to fight out there in the middle of nowhere. And that's like, I really don't think this is breakable anymore for Lilbow. These Phoenix are going to move up, but there's so much healing power from these medevacs. The Vikings are going to help deter the Phoenix count, and then you can land them. This Widow Mine's about to chunk out these zealots.
Boom.
Oh, okay, that works too.
Yeah, got a pretty nice shot up, and now, like, I mean, Lilbow's army is way smaller, but his probe count while all this has been going on, he's just been building probes. So, I mean, economically, if this game goes on, then sure thing, Lilbow, you've got a chance, but I don't think Happy's going to give him the time of day. Nah,
this whole army out here, and even bringing the Widow Mine too, so Warpins on top of this won't work. Does pick off quite a few of the air units, which is nice, but, oh well.
I mean, like, maybe this Warpin works.
Yeah, how far away does Happy have to leave?
Oh god, is he swinging?
Is this like the second time that Happy's like really chased too far out after trying to defend against the assault, and I
feel like
you need that command center. You really need that command center.
This just feels so reminiscent of watching Parding against Flash. Like, these situations, like, I always think like the Protoss is eventually going to lose. Oh, there's a drop though again.
Oh, no detection on the map. This is
game winning though, and even that Widow Mine feeling very brave, marching to the other mineral
tied
line.
up the worker count and has that that second mule, but the only thing he doesn't have access to is his expansion. These probes are trying to like block. What? Oh, he was like trying to block the pathing so that he couldn't burrow.
Is that what he's doing?
That's a pretty high level play right there. If it is.
Oh, he got it.
Nice.
I mean,
that was actually kind of cool.
That's a nice little win there, but there is this Widow Mine to worry about, and he has got 5 kills already. Happy actually targeted him on that probe there, so manual target fire, and Happy, like, this game's got crazy, Nathan. Absolutely crazy here.
Yeah,
Main is mined out for Happy, correct?
Yeah, he actually has no resources in this main. This is where playing Terran actually gives you this weird advantage in these scenarios, because if he does secure his natural, then he can push out and just float his main over to the third base.
Oh, and I mean, Happy's army's pretty darn good here, actually. Like, pulling the SCVs too, I kind of like the fact that he's doing that, because right now it feels
I like this. He's not even attacking, so it's messing with the Zealot AI. Very important, forcing Lilbow to target, and now he wins.